Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix, and I am doing the Quick 3 Tarot for Thursday, April. I was about to say March. I was this close to saying March. For April 28th. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. All right, for those who are new to the Quick 3 Tarot, I pulled 3 tarot cards for the collective. However, I'm doing 3 oracle cards and then I'm going to clarify them with the tarot cards. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading the energy and the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. The oracle deck that I'm using is the 7 Energies oracle deck. Also, some of the pre-shuffle energy that came out, and I think I might title this that. Not my monkey, not my circus. I don't know if you've heard of that saying before, but it's like, whatever's going on, I just don't care. I'm not being bothered with it. I'm minding my business. I'm living my life. Don't drag me into your confusion. I just don't care. It doesn't have anything to do with me. That's sort of the energy that I was picking up in the pre-shuffle. Now, I don't know what's going to come out in the reading itself, but in the pre-shuffle, the energy is not my monkey, not my circus. It's just like, I'm not dealing with it. It doesn't have anything to do with me. So yeah, let me go ahead and get started. All right. May I have the energy for the collective for Thursday, April 28th? May I have the energy for the collective for Thursday, April the 28th. May I have the energy for the collective for Thursday, April the 28th. What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? May I have cards for the collective? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that... Something told me to take this card on the top. Thank you. All right, may I have 2 more cards, please? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the Wow, I just caught that. That is so crazy. Look at this. Can it... Oh, come on, camera. Focus for me. Focus. Let's see if it'll do it. I'm trying to... Hold on. It's doing it a little bit. Something told... Okay, when I split the deck in 3 to do the stack, something told me to take the card on the top, on the far right. And obviously I didn't know what it was. So I pull it out. It says broken open, but guess what the number is? And it won't focus and show it, but the number is 28. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Wow. May I have 2 more cards, please? May I have 2 more cards, please? Okay, you gave me 3 more cards. So we're going to take one of these as the bottom of the deck and keep 2. Put this here. Let me get my little book. Okay. So the second card that came out is a tall tale. Is what this is, a tall tale. The third card is endless possibilities. I like that. And then bottom of the deck, which was the 4th card that came out, is feeling the world. Okay, but we're going to start with broken open, which again is number 28. And I probably won't read all of it because I don't want this to be too long. But this is just to give you an idea. Number 28, if we can pull it up here. All right, broken open. Key concepts. The gift of grief being shattered as a result of loss. The potential inherent in failure. There are situations in life where you see the value of lost grief and a broken heart. Yet, it's not the pain or loss itself that must be the focus of your attention here. No, not even the story of what happened. The details surrounding what has brought you to your knees is as important as what results from the experience. Can you see that this situation has broken you wide open, enabling you to have an event greater capacity of love, compassion, empathy, and understanding? You cannot be the same person as before. The only way forward is to move through it without resistance or manipulation, without attempting to bargain with unseen forces, because none of your usual fallbacks can put you back together again. All right. If you do fall prey to self-absorption or self-pity, it will just make it harder to get to the next gradual phase leading to relief. Yet, even if you are prolonging the inevitable, you will get there eventually. The gift is in accepting who you've become as a consequence of integrating this difficult experience and allowing yourself to be more than you were. This wisdom comes at a high price, but the value of your experience of moving through and to the other side is unsurpassed. Love the you that is the result of being broken, open by life's challenges and lessons. So, from this, what this is saying is, when we go through pain, we go through heartache, disappointment, failure, loss, pick your poison. We come out as a different person. And I hate to make myself the subject of this, but I kind of have leeway with this because it is the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. So on that, there was a situation that I dealt with where I was extremely hurt by the situation. Had that situation not happened, I would not have become stronger. Had I not chosen to just move on, I would not have become stronger. This is saying to me, in reading this and the energy that I'm picking up, don't get stuck in what happened. Get stuck in the possibilities of the future. That is what I'm picking up from the broken open. And be thankful that it happened. Because it happened, it made you a stronger person. Because it happened, it opened your eyes to things that you may not have seen before. And now you have that knowledge to use for future situations in the things we call life. But if you're caught up in the pain, in the loss, in the grief, in the regret, and everything else, you can't actually see what was given to you through all of that. Some of the best work, especially when it comes to creative work, is done through pain. I'm sure you've heard of Mary J. Blige. Like, some of her best songs, it was because of her pain, because she went through something. And it's amazing because she's very loved by a lot of people, because those songs that she wrote, which I didn't even know that she was the writer of her songs, those songs that she wrote, people were able to identify with that. And one of the things that she was able to do was heal people. That if she hadn't gone through that type of pain, she may not have been able to heal people the way that she has through her music. So you have to look at, what did you learn from it? What did you gain from it? Don't stay stuck in it. Now, number 35, a tall tale. it says denial, concealing the truth, so you can manipulate and control a situation. Fear-based communication, creating a narrative to hide behind, not allowing the fear of what others will think to influence your words. Learning to communicate from a place of authenticity. It's amazing that this was with the Broken Open, was talking about manipulating a situation, and it also mentioned communication. I feel for some of you, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, that there may be something someone's hiding. And I feel like this may be the watcher. I don't feel like this is someone you're dealing with. It could be, again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I feel there's something that someone may be hiding because they're afraid of what the response will be. They're afraid they might lose someone by telling them the truth. So they would rather live a lie. I'm picking up that energy, but it's interesting because endless possibilities is the other card that came out. I feel there's something you're not seeing, and I'm going back to the Broken Open. I feel like you're only seeing one thing, and if you were to communicate and not be stuck in, whatever this negative thing is that you think it is, I honestly feel that it will work out better. And for endless possibilities, it says unlimited potential, moving beyond limited beliefs. And something just said to me, some of you might be lying to yourself about something. Again, people have a habit of doing that sometimes, making something worse in their head than what it actually is. Part of me is feeling that too, but for endless possibilities, unlimited potential, moving beyond limiting beliefs, and the filter of an unhealed past, using your awareness to discern what is possible and having the courage to leap beyond even that. Going back to the Broken Open, I feel like once you get through your healing, once you stop lying to yourself about something or lying to someone about something, that the possibilities will be endless. But you have to heal before you can take advantage of those possibilities. Feeling the World was at the bottom of the deck. That's number 13. The lighting is not the best in here, so that's why I'm kind of like, even though on the camera it looks, because I can adjust the lighting on the camera, but in the room, yeah. Feeling the World. It says sensitivity to the feelings of others, awareness of the whole world, and a broader perception of empathy, overload and overwhelm. So with Feeling the World and endless possibilities, I have a different take on this. Endless possibilities and feeling the world. One of the things that I'm picking up is that somebody is not showing who they are to the world. Going back to the lying to yourself, and maybe lying to other people. Like you have this other version of you. Now, that may change. Maybe that was the other energy with the pre-shuffle, where some of you may feel like, okay, you know what? Anybody's issue with me, not my monkey, not my circus. I'm gonna be me. And if they don't like it, oh well. I'm marching to the beat of my own drum, if you see what I'm saying. And being in that energy, letting the world see who you are. You can show empathy to people, but not empathy to the extreme where it's to your detriment, where it hurts you, where it makes you stop being who you are, being your authentic self. I feel like there's something about authenticity here, is what I feel. Someone might be afraid to be themselves. I'm not going to clarify each card. I'm just going to pull some tarot cards because I'm curious. Can we just clarify these thoughts, please? Can we clarify these thoughts, please? What is it that the collective needs to know? What is it that the collective needs to know? Because I feel there's a transition between energies where you're finally letting people see you, but at one point you were not. May I have a card, please? May I have a card, please? And I'm using the good tarot deck for those who want to know. Thank you. Okay, 2 cards came out. That's interesting. The 4 Earth came out, which is 4 Pentacles, holding back. So this is going back, not showing. And then 5 of Pentacles being left out in the cold. But again, I feel like, what's at the bottom of the deck? I feel like you're going to take control. King of Water is at the bottom of the deck. Also, 4 plus 5 is the 9, which is stability. This is letting people see the real you. You've been holding back who you are. You've been wearing a mask in front of the world. And now that you're letting people see the real you, the possibilities are endless. And I honestly believe that mantra is kind of in your head now, where it's like, look, not my monkey, not my circus. If they don't like the real me, that doesn't have anything to do with me. And there's another quote as well. I heard this from RuPaul. And it's an old quote. RuPaul isn't the original person who said it. But the old quote is, what people think of me is none of my business. Actually, I might title this that. What people think of me is none of my business. Because I feel that's the energy you're starting to go into, where you were sort of hiding yourself from the world and doing your best to, I don't want to say people please. I don't like that. That's not it. You were doing your best to accommodate those and show empathy to other people. But at the same time, because you might have been going overboard with the empathy, it put you in a bad place. And it wasn't the real you. It's almost like, I remember the comedian and actress and entertainer Monique, in one of her stand-ups, she was talking about one of her ex-husbands and how she would get up and make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because he liked peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And she's like, I don't like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You know, I feel like it might be one of those things where you find yourself doing stuff sometimes that you're not necessarily a fan of, but because you want to show empathy and accommodate someone, it's like, oh, well, I'll go ahead and do it for you to help out and so much. But it isn't you. You don't like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but you'll go ahead and make them and eat them with the person. And do that because you're showing empathy. You want people to be happy. You want this, you want that. But now, I say this is 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. Instead of holding back, instead of being left out in the cold or feeling lack, because don't forget, broken open, that's definitely feeling lack. Instead of feeling lack, now you're embracing yourself. You're embracing the endless possibilities is what you're doing. and you just have that attitude. I'm picking that up because, again, with this a tall tale, I feel like you've been hiding yourself. You've been hiding how you feel about something. Some of you might have been hiding how you feel to keep the peace. King of water, which is King of Cups, is Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy is definitely, Scorpios can be very direct. Scorpios can be very, very direct. It takes a strong person to deal with a Scorpio. And I say that with love because my mother's a Scorpio. So, they're very direct people. I honestly feel like you're like, okay, you know what? I need to be me. And if people can't deal with that, oh well. What people think of me is none of my business. I'm going to title this that. This was a little bit longer than expected, but there was a lot to unpack here. I didn't mean for it to be this long, but yeah, there was a lot to unpack here. All right. That is all I have for you. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, be blessed.